Paul argues that through his belief and not through keeping the law, Abraham is said to attain righteousness or salvation. Paul then goes on to explain that Genesis 12:3 itself is the very gospel or good news by drawing an analogy between Abraham's belief and the belief of those who recognize that Jesus is the Christ, a Greek word meaning the anointed one or Messiah, just as Abraham believed God and it was reckoned to him as righteousness. So you see, those who believe are the descendants of Abraham, and the scripture foreseeing that God would justify the Gentiles by faith declared the gospel beforehand to Abraham, saying, all the Gentiles shall be blessed in you. For this reason, those who believe are blessed with Abraham who believed. Galatians, don't know how to pronounce this word, 3:6-9. There is much that could be said, but our purpose here is not to evaluate the relative persuasiveness of Paul's argument. Our point is rather to show how texts drawn from Genesis have been used in both Jewish and Christian traditions. The relationship of faith and works to salvation, as drawn from this passage, is certainly a matter of debate. Something a comparison of Galatians 3:1-14 and James 2:14-26 readily reveals. Such a comparison also reveals that the compilers of the New Testament show continuity, which the Torah by once more affirming that the biblical tradition is broad enough to contain texts that stand in tension with each other. Conclusion: the book of Genesis and its stories of creation, Noah and Abraham have exerted extraordinary influence over Western culture for over 2,000 years, and they continue to do so today. Page 87 and 86. And don't read the top bit because I think there's a mistake with the top bit because it says Torah's Beginner Guide and then Genesis, but I think it's supposed to both say Genesis, but I'm not sure. Attempts to reshape the social political order of the West have time and again involved disputes that invoke the Bible more generally, with certain passages from Genesis often more receiving a good deal of attention. One could argue that the ongoing movement toward a greater inclusion of once marginalized voices. Just gonna get some water. Marginalized voices is an attempt to realize Genesis' insight that all humans are worthy of some fundamental dignity because we are all created in God's image.